So I got to Zurich airport and first thing I had to do was have a hamburger and a beer, the last alcohol I would have in a while. I got on the A321neo long range. I'm not really a fan of the A321neo for really long flights, but it can do 7.5 hours. So if you don't have one of these, let me explain what it is. This little device connects you to the audio system so you can listen in your regular headphones. You don't have to use those crappy airline headphones that barely work at all. So if you're on a long flight on a short haul designed plane, you gotta get one of these. They're like $10. So the girl sitting next to me was extremely excited to be flying for the first time, and she didn't stop talking during the whole flight, as you'll notice during takeoff. So it was a pretty long takeoff roll because, like I said, A321neo, flying 7 hours plus, they filled up those tanks all the way up. So I haven't sped up the takeoff, but then once we're in the air, I've actually sped it up because it's really not that interesting, except for me, who's a plane geek, as I'm sure you know by now. So here is Larissa, a city in Greece, which is actually the name of my mother-in-law, which I thought was interesting because it's a pretty small town, but it popped up on the screen. Got to Abu Dhabi and got myself a Coke, and this is random. Out of the machine, it came out as Queen, which I thought was fitting. Anyways, waiting a little bit tired. My next flight was for Dammam, Saudi Arabia. Here I am at the gate. There's like triple layers of security there. Another A321, or I guess it was an A320, but same difference. And another takeoff flow, which I enjoyed. The Morocco took off this time. We took off fast. And I sped up the video after takeoff, just so you can get an idea of Abu Dhabi in all its flatness and dusty glory. Right after takeoff, what you'll notice on just under the wing is the nice, really nice new airport. I have to say I really enjoy this airport. And also Ferrari World, which is not of interest to me, but might be of interest to some of y'all. And here we go. I'm on my way to Saudi. So I got to work as soon as I arrived, in a way, with my friend and ex-student Manar, shown here in the kitchen. We were preparing for something. What were we preparing for? Well, the grand opening of Hawra and Mohammed's shop. Here I am in a thobe. Thobe is the traditional Saudi long white robe, and their shop was opening on Friday. So I got there on Friday and we opened right away. Here is Mohammed's brother in the thobe. Speaking of thobe. So again, thobe is the traditional long white robe that men wear in the Gulf region. And it is worn all the time, not just for formal occasions, but this happened to be a formal occasion. I didn't go with the headdress, but certainly Mohammed's brother did. Here is the shop wall decoration. And can you guess what they sell? I'll let you marinate a little bit. Mohammed was preparing the shop. We had to get the fountains working, and they were working. And here is the logo of the shop, which, again, if you see the logo, can you guess what they sell? It's something very unique. It's sold nowhere else in the world. Some jasmine flowers to spruce things up. So I'll tell you what they sell. The name of the shop is Mamroos Choux. So it's choux à la crème, a French pastry, and it is also Mamroos, a specialty of the Al-Ahsa or eastern region of Saudi Arabia. So it's a mix of those, a marriage made in heaven. And I can hear you asking me, what is Mamroos though? Well, it is date sugar, as well as actual date powder, as well as other spices, nuts. It's served at weddings in the eastern provinces of Saudi Arabia, but it's especially famous and delicious in Al-Ahsa. And Hawra's concept was to put the choux à la crème with these. So they're sometimes served together, sometimes separately, sometimes with ice cream. I can tell you, once you've tasted it once, you've never tasted something like that before, and it's amazing. It's earthy, it's nutty, it's spicy, it's exotic, and here I am, sleepy but enjoying the celebrations. This is just before the grand opening, and here is Hara's nephew. Here is the actual grand opening and the ribbon cutting. A lot of people, there were more people out of the frame, and I'll let you enjoy the show.
حصريا للطلبة والاستفسار التواصل على جوال 0500450566.
So be sure to come back for part 2.